See by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Pre-race ceremonies wrapped up here in Martinsville, and welcome along. It is the elimination race in the round of 8 in the NASCAR Truck Series playoffs. 4 drivers progress to Phoenix, where they can win the championship. 4 drivers go to Phoenix without being able to win the championship. It's elimination day, it's cut-off day, and anything can happen. Hello everyone, welcome up to the commentary box. JT with you, taking you through this one, and we are moments away from getting the engines fired here in Martinsville, Virginia. 200 laps ahead of us, and well, you may be wondering, why can you not hear NASCAR radio for this broadcast? Well, that's because, well, unfortunately or fortunately for you, you have me, and you will also have the full team with myself for the final race in Phoenix. We have decided to cover the elimination race and the one next weekend, the 2 last races of the season for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series as well. We're working on getting you the driver tracker, unfortunately not wanting to play ball with us at the moment, but we do have everything else that we can use, and well, the driver tracker not really wanting to do what it's meant to do. But anyway, we have a race to get underway with, and well, no surprise as well that Premier Sports said they're going to live stream it, and they are not live streaming it, but it says they are live streaming it now, so hopefully they are. Yes indeed, we have the international feed live from Martinsville. I can't tell, that's just a, well, I thought we had the camera from Martinsville. That looks like a still image, so that's unfortunately once again not doing what we want to do. Hello to everyone watching once again as we try to get some sort of TV pictures. We might have to go for the FS1 feed we get given by NASCAR. We might have to go with that one and just have to deal with the adverts. But let's go down now, and I'm hearing double, so we can go now down to Premier Sports.
They consume, and I'll tell you what, the drivers are all eyeing that right there. The grandfather clock, I know a lot of drivers, Brad Keselowski may agree, that is the top of their list when it comes to winning and what you get to take home. A beautiful piece of art. Who will take it home tonight? Well, we'll know after 200 laps. As you see the playoff leaderboard once again, Corey Heim advances. The other 7 trying to put their name in the championship round of 4. Well, let's hear now from a couple of our playoff drivers. Here's Todd Bodine.
Thanks, Jamie. Here with Rajah Caruth. Rajah, starting 7th tonight. You got a 14-point cushion to the cut line. Not a big cushion at all. What's the play tonight? Are you going to race for the win, or you got to race for those stage points?
Yeah, Todd, still got to be on offense. I mean, like you said, those 14 points can go away in really both stages. So I'm glad to be starting in the top 10. I didn't feel like I nailed the lap the best that I could, but to still be 7th after, not doing the best that I think I could have, it was proud to say the least. So just happy for the opportunity today, and hopefully we can have a great result for HendrickCars.com and Mr. H, Miss Linda, and everybody at Spire and Chevrolet, and maybe we can make the Final Four.
Rajah Caruth trying to make that championship 4. Amanda?
Thanks, Todd. Well, this guy's hoping to see his name on the list of the 4 competitors to race for it all in Phoenix. And Caden, you told me that this race will require patience, but also the ability to contend for a win. How do you balance that in the moment?
It's definitely difficult for sure. Luckily, we have a good starting spot to go and try to double stint these both stages on the same tires, and we'll try to see what we got. Obviously got to stay there, and if anything changes, we'll make it game plan. But we're going to be racing the 2 guys that are in front of us all night, especially him and the 18 as well. So and the 71. So it's going to be anybody's day tonight. I really think this is going to be a pretty wild race for sure. I feel like everyone is relatively pretty close on speed, so everything's going to come down to execution and getting on through restarts and just not get caught up in the carnage. And if we can do that, I think we'll be just fine. And we'll just focus on trying to win today, because I feel like if we do that, everything should fall in for us.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
And Caden's 2 favorite racetracks, Martinsville and Phoenix.
Which definitely helps being those 2 races to round out the year. Here in Martinsville this weekend, then next weekend for the championship race. In moments we will get the engines fired, but before we do that, let's go through the playoff standings going into this race, where 4 drivers will be eliminated at the conclusion. So it's Corey Heim who is advancing with his playoff race win. Rajah Caruth is plus 14, Tyler Ankrum is plus 8, Caden Honeycutt in the 52 Toyota is plus 5. Let's go trackside to Commander, will continue.
Fans, this is the moment you all have been waiting for. Please welcome members of the Martinsville Speedway 500 Committee. They are here tonight to say the most famous words in motorsports. Take it away.
Drivers, start your engines!
Engines fired now. As we just went trackside, we heard them fired. So let's now continue with the playoff standings. So, below the cut line, Ty Majeski minus 5. Lane Briggs minus 6, and then 2 in must-win situations. Daniel Hemrick minus 32, Grant Enfinger in minus 40. 4 will progress, 4 will go home.
Cramped pit road layout make every lap a challenge. Strategy revolves around staying cool on restarts, protecting your brakes, and timing pit stops to gain track position. Martinsville has a unique track surface. The straights are asphalt, while the corners are a mix of asphalt in the top lane and concrete in the bottom. This challenge allows drivers more grip in the turns, but it also heats the brakes faster. Last year, Christian Eckes dominated the cutoff race at Martinsville, leading 187 of 200 laps and holding off late race charges from Ben Rhodes and Taylor Gray before clinching his spot in the championship 4. While the night ended in heartbreak for some, Grant Enfinger, Ty Majeski, and Corey Heim joined Eckes in celebrating their advancement to the championship. Corey Heim is heading to Phoenix next weekend. Who will join him after tonight? Engines will fire soon. Let's tune into the action.
Well, I think you'll find that pre-recorded that they have already fired. So we will get the cars rolling momentarily. The yellow flashing lights around the speedway, and now the yellow flag displayed from the starter stand, which means the trucks will start to roll off of pit road. Nicknamed the paperclip is Martinsville, and well, simply because of its paperclip-like shape with the pit road layout here at Martinsville. So we are getting ready, and as you can see, the grey boxes on your left hand side, they now disappear, and that shows that cars are entering and exiting the track as the yellow flag now waves from the starters rostrum. Hello to Robert in the chat, good to see you back with us as cars now rolling for the Slim Jim 200 here at Martinsville, and full focus to those 7 cars trying to make 3 spots heading towards Phoenix next weekend. Of course, Corey Heim already in the playoff race and the championship race next weekend, and well, a bigger focus to Daniel Hemrick and Grant Enfinger in the 2 Chevrolet trucks, who have to win this race to get into the playoffs, or have to have everything go their way, as they are minus 32 and minus 40 below the cut line. We will head back up to camera in a moment, and hopefully the driver tracker will start working after lap 1, as that's what it normally does, I have been told, as this new driver tracker system is definitely new to me, and we'll try and get to fill the space of where the second commentator normally goes, but it's just me on this call. I can check if anyone is waiting for me. Nope. So, unfortunately, one and only voice you'll hear from the JB Motorsports team, which means I'll have to talk a lot, which is a shame. I should also say that the say hello to the JB Motorsports members who are currently watching on in the behind the scenes channel, and you can see the behind the scenes live stream if you become a channel member, and you will get to see a screen and watch along the broadcast with a screen that looks a little bit like this, and you can watch along seeing everything that myself, the producer, sees as we produce the broadcast. That's on the JB Motorsports channel membership, and we thank all the channel members who have joined with us. But let's go through the grid. Lane Riggs, row 1, and Giovanni Ruggiero is on alongside him. That is, I did write it down somewhere. Yep, Lane Riggs' 5th career pole and Gio's 3rd front row start this season.
Grid, you see the drivers in the playoffs highlighted in yellow. Andres Perez, row number 5. Great speed today in practice, and then backed it up in qualifying.
Definitely did a wonderful job, Jamie. And you look at a number of the drivers here, somebody like a Matt Kraft and Corey LaJoie, these guys looking to have good runs. While they know the playoffs are going on right now, they don't care about that. They want to win.
They want to be spoilers, right?
Brendan Queen, row 7. He stands out to me. Here's a guy who's run so well in the ARCA races, trying to break his way into the truck series, doing a great job.
Chandler Smith, and outside of row 9, has a teammate in Lane Riggs up there on the pole position, so expect that 38 truck to have some speed, move forward just a little bit. And then Bailey Curry, a nice practice starting behind him.
Casey Mears, this guy has done it all in NASCAR, I feel like, and he's making his truck series debut, start number 600 for Casey Mears across the board in NASCAR. So let's now get some stories to watch and say hello to Amanda Busick and 2-time Truck Series champion Todd Bodine. Good evening, Todd.
Thank you, Jamie. After finishing last at Talladega, Grant Enfinger comes to Martinsville, minus 40 to the cut line. Tonight, stage points don't matter. finishing second doesn't matter. Grant has to win this race to advance to Phoenix for our championship 4. And to add a little bit to it, halfway through practice, they found a fuel pump issue. They started losing fuel pressure. NASCAR let them change the fuel pump. They don't know if it fixed it or not, but Grant has got a lot on his shoulders tonight. Amanda?
Hey, Todd, yeah, ever since the Roval, Tyler Ingram and I have been talking about how this round of the playoffs is like a haunted house. I said, well, which room is this? He said the last one, the scariest one. Well, he has qualified 6th tonight. He was the runner-up in the spring and said he hopes that there are sunshine and rainbows waiting at the exit of this haunted house to welcome him into the Championship 4 in Phoenix. Jamie?
How fitting, Amanda. Thank you. Brad, how about our Craftsman track description for this evening?
Small little track here in Martinsville, 0.526. This is one of the smallest tracks in all of NASCAR. Banking pretty flat, but it actually looks a little flatter than this. It's 12 degrees, concrete corner turns, and they're going to be tricky today. And then these paperclip racetrack with the long straightaway, 800-foot straightaways with very, very small corners.
Quick race, Regan. How about the race analysis?
Quick race, and when you look at the stages and what's going to take place in this race, it is going to go rapid fire for these drivers and crew chiefs. We've got stage 1 is 50 laps, stage 2 50 laps, final stage 100 laps. What I want to focus on right here is the end of stage 2. That's when we anticipate most everybody to make their pit stops. If you're pitting before then, you're getting off sequence, you're trying something different. So a lot to keep an eye out for tonight. Fuel should not be an issue. If it is, then something crazy has happened.
We like to hear that. Well, we'll have 2 onboards taking you through the field tonight, giving us all the action from the driver's seat. See the 52, Caden Honeycutt starting 5th. And the 98 of Ty Majeski starting 3rd. Ty wasn't real happy with that truck earlier, but they threw everything at it, and I have no doubt they figured something out.
And I think when you got a driver like Ty Majeski, as good as he is on the short tracks, and Joe Shear Jr., his crew chief, they're going to find a way. And they made some significant changes. I think a big part of that was to learn what they were going to have for tonight, and definitely made it better than what it was at the start of practice.
Yeah, absolutely. Are you ready to go? Because I am. And let's go up to the camera screen and get you ready, because the cars are doubled up and we are getting ready. 200 laps between the drivers looking to get in towards the round of 4. It all starts here, the race to the round of 4. The pace truck pulls in towards pit road. Riggs on the inside on pole, and it's green flag as they get into the start zone. They cross the line. Good start. And that was a truck very out of line in the back part of the grid. Down in towards turn 1 we go, and it's Riggs who has pulled in front of that 17 truck and has already pulled around a 1 to 2 truck gap. Very good start from that 34 truck. Side by side, the 18 truck of Ankrum round the outside trying to get past that 52 truck of Honeycutt. Isn't able to. He's got Raja Karoof on his inside now as we head down the backstretch. Lap 2 of 50. They go very quickly here, only around 20-second laps in qualifying. And in the race, it was a 20.141 last lap across the line right now. And it's lap 3 now in Ankrum. Still up the inside. This time he's got Grant Enfinger on his outside. Now, Hemrick getting involved in a must-win situation. These two, remember, as we get the playoff identifiers on our world feed timing screen. And now, since we are on lap 4, let's go down to our tracker screen so you can see more what is going on. Still side by side, we are Enfinger trying to defend. He's got the 99 of Rhodes behind him. This is a battle for 9th place. Now side by side, a little bit further back, that was the 7 truck of Brendan Queen. Of course, he's got the first Ram seat. Side by side, still, he gets that position, but round the outside, trying to attempt a little bit of contact there between the 44 truck and the 88 trucks there, side by side. Across the line, we are already 6 in. Stage 1 is 50 laps. Stage 2 is 50 laps and 100 laps at stage 3 if you want to keep an eye on the stages. We are 3 wide going in towards turn 3. The 88 gets into the 44 a little bit. The 81 up on the inside. They're side by side. They make contact. 3 wide. Didn't work. The 44 gets spun round by the 88 who got tapped by the 81. And the 44 is spun round into the wall. We've got our first caution of the night. And it's for the 44 truck of Andreas Perez de Lara, who did not get the best of that opportunity. Of course, Mexican Grand Prix this weekend. Let's have a look at the replay. So de Lara cuts down on the 88 and the 81 on his inside. Classic sandwich manoeuvre. 88 had to check up because of the 81 on his inside, and that got contact into that 44 car. So we are only 7 laps now in to this race, and we have already got our first caution of the night. It's going to be a bit like that, so hopefully you are ready to see multiple cautions, but it allows us to have a little bit of a break already. Very quick paced racing here at Martinsville. That's what we like. The order will get rejigged and we will get us through it. So it's Lane Viggs still in first. Giovanni is in second. Ty Majeski in third. Corey Heim is in fourth. Then we have Caden Honeycutt in fifth. Raja Karuf in sixth. Then seventh is Tyler Ankrum. Eighth, Daniel Hemrick. Ninth, Grant Enfinger. And 10th, the 99 truck of Ben Rhodes. So we've got a couple of trucks heading into the pits, and hopefully we will be able to go down trackside to pit road. It's Andreas Perez de Lara, the incident car, down into the pits. Norm Bennin, the 6th car, also in the pits, and Frankie Muniz is in the pits as well. Under caution then, the first caution of the day, of the night, it's going to become, as the lights already starting to take hold. Their sunlight still, it's around 50-50, the majority is still there, but they know it's possibly going to get a little bit darker, so they've already turned the lights on. Norm Bennin, by the way, was in the pits for double the time that Frankie Muniz was in. The green light is on top of the pace truck, and we can see that work down on the 44 truck. Here is a replay once again.
That gets underneath both these trucks, entering turn 3. As you can see, Matt really couldn't get any lower. And I don't know if Perez didn't know he was 3 wide or just was trying to squeeze it a little too tight, but he certainly gets the worst end of this.
I think it's just early on in the race in Martinsville. You know, it's a tough scenario to be in where you're 3 wide that early in the race, and to Brad's point, maybe Perez just didn't realize it, but you definitely don't want to run up the track and get out of the groove either if you don't have to. You're trying to crowd that truck below you.
5th straight race this season. We've had a caution within the first 10 laps. They seem to figure it out later on, and that's what happened a week ago when Gio Ruggiero, 19 years old. You see the restart here in the 17 truck. He's got his teammate Corey Heim behind him, pushing him. He blocks Corey Heim, and he brings it home for the first time in his young career. Stands tall, gets that trophy, and this week looking a little different. He's got that win sticker on the driver's side door.
Yep, he does, and we are already doubled up, and we are already getting ready to go green once again. You will see, and for anyone that is wondering why all of the graphics say green already, Well, that's because the TV coverage is not the best in the UK, and we have to do it via streaming service, which has got a delay. Pace truck into pit road. Truck into the restart zone, and it's Viggs who is your control car. Once again, green flag drops, and it's a good start from Viggs, who kind of bumps that 17 truck out wide, which allows Ty Majeski to go up the inside, and Gio is going to possibly drop down to third here if he isn't careful with the 98 truck on his inside. Viggs has already pulled around a 2 to 3 truck gap. He is already 0.6 of a second up the road after a lap. Very impressive for him. It's lap 14 of 200. Your leader is Lane Viggs. We've had 1 caution for 5 laps and 0 lead changes. It's Ty Majeski still on the inside of Gio. Wow. Giovanni is up on the inside. I'm just going to not bother because it's 11:30 and it has been a very busy day for me with all of the assessment due, so I do apologise for that. I'm going to try my best. Now down in towards turn 1 for the 16th time of asking. Let's go to your track screen so you can see all of the cars battling it out, and if I press that button you should have them all. It will take a couple of moments to upload. There we go. So the 17 truck has gotten past Ty Majeski and retaken that second place. Looking at your playoff standings, Viggs is your leader, Caruth +6, Majeski +1, Honeycutt -1, Ankrum -4, Hemrick -48, and Enfinger -50, and of course Heim already advancing, as it's now lap 18 of 50, heading round in towards turn 3, and already half a corner in front is that 34 truck of Lane Viggs. Side by side, a little bit further back, and then a little bit spicy. That's the 42 truck. That's Matt Mills, who was side by side with a little bit of a tyre rub. The 88 truck as well, having a little bit of a tyre rub. Matt Crafton just turned a little bit too tightly. That messed up the wheel alignment a little bit, but he keeps his position just. He did have the 41 of Connor Jones as well getting involved. And side by side, that is Honeycutt and Heim getting involved, and it's Honeycutt trying to get up the inside of the 11 truck of Heim. 2 playoff drivers, one already secure in Heim, one trying to get more points to help himself progress in towards the championship 4. So a little bit, and we've got another caution, second caution of the day, and we shall see what the reason is. I don't see any trucks round, and that is because you can see on your screen below me, and the reason for the caution is fluid on track. So yellow for the second time already, and we're only 22 laps in, so you can see that it is going to be a long one, a caution filled one. Of course, we've still got the 2 extra cautions for the stage breaks, which we will have to bring into factor, and well, this battle was heating up between the 52 and the 11. At the moment, it's Heim ahead of Honeycutt, as it was at the moment of the caution. As we'll see who, if anyone, will come down pit road this time. We've got a couple of vehicles on the high of turn 2, so maybe that is where they wanted to sweep. As the pace truck back out on track. And they're giving out something in the stands, one of the media people getting involved down with the crowd in Martinsville. I can't tell if they look like ice pops, but I don't think they're ice pops. We'll see. Someone will find out. By the way, we had a truck not start this race, you may have noticed the number 2 of Clayton Green down at the bottom of your timing screen. 0 laps completed and what is behind the wall. So that truck not getting off onto this race. Green light on top of the pace truck, which means that pit road is open, and will we have any takers is the main thing we want to be looking at. And I think we had 2. We had Corey LaJoy and Jake Garcia get down into pit road, and that is that the 42 truck, Matt Mills, getting a little push round. I think that might have been your free pass, by the way, was Andres Perez de Lara in that 44 truck, who was the cause of that first caution, that 3 wide moment we had a little bit earlier on, the sandwich of those 3 trucks. So lap 25 of 200, lap 25 of 50 in the stage, which means we are officially halfway in the first stage of the Slim Jim at 200 here at Martinsville Speedway, the elimination race in the round of 8 for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series playoffs. So, as you can see on the left-hand side of the laps and rundown, 0 lead changes so far. It's going to be Lane Riggs who will lead us away on this restart in a couple of laps' time, hopefully. Still trucks on the inside, clearing up that, and they are recovering, going back behind the wall into the safety of the infield. I would say a 50% packed grandstand we have here in Martinsville, and we will come across the line. Will we get the 1 to go signal? Will the pace truck lights turn off? No, we are going round at least one more time after this, and it did look like Viggs tried to take the choose, but then he realised the pace truck lights stayed on and they weren't going, so he did move over to his inside lane, but we're not going that one round. So still single file here at Martinsville. So we've got 42 of Matt Mills with the hood up. Maybe that is where the truck fluid came from. Let's go down for an update about Ty Majeski.
Ty talking about his truck. I hate my truck. It's pushing. It won't turn in a 40-acre field. Well, Ty just came on the radio, and guess what? He hates his truck. It's pushing. It won't turn in a 40-acre field. But guess what? He's running third.
So what does Joe Shear tell him? All right, good. You keep that pace, keep doing what you're doing.
Well, I think Joe Shear right now, you keep your driver as calm as you possibly can. You tell them we're going to work on it. When we do get the pit stop, even if we only get one chance, we will work on it. And you do everything you got to do to keep him focused on staying in the position that he is right now.
Getting ready to go green once more here in Martinsville. Third start, second restart we have. This time it is Lane Riggs on the inside. Ty Majeski round the outside. Ty Majeski has been going strong. He's been gaining the positions. He started third. He's now second. Starting lap 29. We head into the United Rentals restart zone. Green flag drops back from that. And Lane Riggs, he doesn't get going. They all stack up. Trucks are everywhere. One truck in the wall. Lane Riggs missed a gear or something because he just did not get going, and that allows the 98 of Ty Majeski to the lead. Corey Heim from 5th up to 2nd because that whole inside line did not get going. I need to see where Lane Riggs dropped down to. He's dropped well down the order. He drops down. He's currently 6th. He is showing us, but it looked like he dropped further down than that. The 34 car, just the 34 truck. I'm going to do that multiple times, aren't I? just did not get going, and drama here in that third restart. Let's have a look at it again. It looks like he missed a gear, did that 34 truck, and everyone trying to get and trying to avoid that truck. Here is an on board, and yet they accelerated, and that 34 truck just did not. Everyone else around him did, and then everyone on the brakes to try and avoid him. So okay, so Lane Riggs did in fact drop down to 6th. He's got Tanner Gray in front of him. Damage to the 19 truck, and I can only assume that that was the truck that went towards the wall on that restart of Daniel Hemrick. So back to the tracker screen as we have a little break. Riggs down the inside of Tanner Gray, trying to gain back the positions that he lost, which he shall do now. Now we're on board with Caden Honeycutt, who's also trying to get past the 52. Well, the 52 truck trying to get past the 15 truck of Tanner Gray. Tanner Gray looking to lose another place. Across the line, start lap 35 of 50 in the stage as the sun sets here in Martinsville, Virginia. It's another night race for the Xfinity guys tomorrow as we exit turn 4 across the line. And now it's the one truck of Cruz trying to get past Raja Karoof, which he does, and now Ben Rhodes is going to try and get past that 71 truck as well. So Karoof not in the best position here, but Ben Cruz trying to progress. So is Ben Rhodes, who now dives to the inside of that 71 truck in towards turn 1. Down the back straight we go, still side by side. Ben Rhodes just falling a little far back. Raja Karoof got his nose in front as we exit turn 4 now. It's still Raja Karoof who bounces off the wall. That bounces into the 99 of Rhodes. Rhodes squeezing him right to the outside of the wall as much as he can. Now down the back straight we go. Karoof gets his whole truck in front, but Rhodes still has that inside line. He's got his panel just in front. Now his front, he slides out a little bit, exit 4 actually, now down in towards turn 1. Still his front right wheel meeting the rear left wheel of Karoof. That's how close he is. Now Ben Rhodes pulls back. Karoof has that full position as they go single file at once again. 11 to go in stage 1 already. That is how quickly we are progressing through this race. We have still got 160 laps to go though. As I said, first 2 stages 50 laps, third stage is double that at 100. That makes 200 laps. Ben Rhodes dives to the inside once again. He brakes late, he gets a little loose, he very nearly goes into the rear panel of Raja Karoof, and it's 3 wide, and that's a very slow truck. He gets tapped round. That's the number 6 truck, and once again we have another caution. Maybe a little bit quick on that caution was NASCAR, but a very slow truck who got half spun. That was the 6 truck of Norm Bennin getting involved, and that is a quite damaged front left. Also, we're looking at the number 19 truck of Hemrick. Was he involved in that? We will have to see. Yes, he was, and that is why we've got the caution. Daniel Hemrick, he's blown something under the hood, and that is spraying fluid everywhere. Okay, here's a 3 wide. Norm Bennin gets turned by the 7 of Queen, and Hemrick was behind that, so that's where Daniel Hemrick came into it all. Hopefully we'll be able to get... So the 6 truck was off the pace, which made everyone around him go everywhere, and that just caused everyone to close together and have to avoid. Second time we've had that in quite quick succession. So hopefully everyone will be able to get going on this next restart, but it'll be a quick restart to the stage. We'll only have a couple of laps before we go yellow again for that green and white checkered. So we're currently working lap 43 of 200, 157 to go. Pits are open this time, and it looks like a lot has dived down, so hopefully we will get the Fox pit reporters down there. I believe this race is being streamed on FS1 in the States. Once again, hello everyone watching along. Welcome along, and we'll have coverage of Cup Series practice and qualifying tomorrow. That'll be the radio network taking you through that. Then it'll be myself and Matthew and the Little Owl, Jack, on the Xfinity race. And then the Cup Series a little bit different. JB will be with us for the first stage. Then he will depart to cover the Mexican Grand Prix on the channel. And then we'll also have myself, Jack the Little Owl 1, and maybe we'll have the USRN team of Matthew, Matt and Seth involved in that as well. Of course, don't forget the clocks go back in the UK, and well, it'll be a little weird because we'll actually be live for when the clocks go back for the Xfinity race. And I've just having a look down in pit road. That is a very damaged 19 truck of Hemrick, and of course not what you want. Daniel Hemrick was in a must-win situation, and now he is down in pit road with a very damaged front and a very damaged rear bumper. They haven't done anything to the rear bumper, but they've added a lot of tape to the front bumper. They had to fix that leak that was in the hood. With 5 to go in stage 1, but a lot of work for this 19 crew in a must-win situation. And at the moment, they're showing as only 1 lap down, but we shall see that when we get back underway. We're going green momentarily, and the pace truck to pit road. And it's Majeski, your control car, on the inside. Heim on the outside into the United Rentals restart zone. We are green once again. Good start from both of the front row drivers. It's 3 wide further back as someone got an absolute rocket start. That's Raja Karuf in the 71 truck who was able to get away and go 3 wide up the inside. They survive that as it's Ty Majeski round the outside. He's got Corey Heim on his inside, trying to get that stage win, trying to get in front. But it's Ty Majeski who really needs that stage win, who really needs the extra points. And Corey Heim trying to stop him from getting those extra points. Of course, Corey Heim doesn't need them. He's already advanced. Across the line we go. 2 to go in the stage. Heim round the outside of Majeski, gets in front, lap 49 of 200. Your leader, Corey Heim. We've had 3 cautions for 17 laps, and now 2 lead changes. Now we head round turn 4, and we start the last lap of stage 1. On board with Ty Majeski. He's got Corey Heim in front of him. Exit of turn 2. Down the back straight we go. It looks like Corey Heim has got this stage in the bag. He's pulled out a half a truck length's gap out the final corner, down towards the line, green and white checkered flag waving, and it's Corey Heim who wins stage 1 here at Martinsville. Side by side against the wall. I don't know if they wrecked there, but they very nearly did. Coming across the line further back, but Corey Heim, your stage 1 winner here in Martinsville for the Slim Jim 200. Pit stops coming up in the stage break momentarily once we get all of the cars back into order. So second stage, once again 50 laps long, but it'll be shorter because of the caution that we have here, but it also depends on how many caution laps we have in this stage, because we had 17 of the 50 caution laps in the first stage. Under caution then, so let's go through your lineup in the end of stage 1. So, as you can see, if I just press the right buttons, there we go. It is Corey Heim in first, Ty Majeski second, Grant Enfinger is third in the 9 truck, then Tyler Ankrum in the 4th place in the 18 truck. Your first non-playoff car is the 15 truck of Tanner Gray. Lane Riggs in the 34 truck in the 34 in 6th place. Caden Honeycutt in 7th. Giovanni in the 17 truck in 8th. Raja Karoof, the 9th place, then rounding out the top 10 is your 1 truck of Brent Cruz. Brendan Butterbean Queen in 11th, Bailey Curry in 12th, Corey LaJoy 13th, Jack Wood 14th, Dawson Sutton 15th, Patrick Starpoli in 16th, and Tony Bradinger in 17th. Connor Jones 18th, Chandler Smith 19th, Justin Carroll rounds out the top 20. Then it's Matt Crafton, Connor Mozak, Casey Mears, Ben Rhodes, and Spencer Boyd in 25th. Then Frankie Muniz, Timmy Hill, Jake Garcia, Alan Waller, and then Daniel Hemrick in the 19 truck in 30th. In a must-win situation, he is 1 lap down, and the lowest playoff truck in that 30th place. Then it's the 02 truck in 31st, 3 laps down. Then the 6 truck of Norm Benning, 3 laps down as well. Matt Mills, 8 laps down in the 42 truck, and 13 laps down is Andreas Perez de Lara in the 34th place. And the truck that didn't start this race, the number 2 truck of Clayton Green. Now, I see that Daniel Hemrick has unlapped himself. So he did, I can confirm, get you the free pass. So Daniel Hemrick back on the lead lap, so it's not over for him yet, but still a lot of work for him to do. Corey Heim got 10 points, Ty Majeski 9, Grant Enfinger 8, Tyler Ankrum 7, Tanner Gray 6, Lane Riggs 5, Caden Honeycutt 4, Giovanni 3, Raja Karoof 2, and Brent Cruz 1. That's how it works for the stage points. First down to 10th, get 10 to 1 points. Pits are open, and let's go down.
Different guys flip the stages here. So you got the 7 truck in, the 1 truck Brent Cruz had some damage on the left side.
Half of the field, maybe more than half, has damage.
Jack Wood on pit road.
And as we look at the possible strategies tonight, this is one strategy that could play out. If you go ahead and pit right here, you can make it to the end of the race if you need to from this point right here. So any of the trucks that were maybe struggling just a little bit, they go ahead and hit pit road. But as you see right there, none of these guys that pitted were playoff drivers. And you know, I think that kind of tells you where their minds are going to be at. Stage 2 will be where that pit stop will happen for the majority of our trucks that are up front.
Yeah, I'm surprised nobody took the gamble here, though, Regan. There's some guys that didn't really have a lot to lose, so I'm a bit surprised, but you know, still a lot of racing left to go.
See Daniel Hemrick, though. He's got that damage, must come down and continue work on that.
And talked about when we saw him on pit road needing to get that free pass, he was able to get that free pass. It worked out. Nobody else got lapped and back on the lead lap. So now you just try to button that truck up as good as you can and give your driver everything you can to tell him to go to battle with it. And you can tell by the look of it, it's not going to be perfect, Brad. Yes. It's going to be something he's going to have to make do with.
Amanda?
Yeah, and it's probably not going to be pretty either. And as you guys just said, he got that lead lap back. I was talking to Kevin Bellicourt. He hopes that they can stay on it right now. Radiator issues for Daniel Hemrick, and they are having temperature issues with him out on track. And Brad, you were saying that there's a lot of racing left in this race, and that's exactly what you know Daniel Hemrick is hoping. Kevin Bellicourt said, we are going to give it everything we can. We're going to keep on trying.
Daniel Hemrick last raced in the Truck Series back in 2016. This year decided to take this full-time ride. Got that win here in March. Are his championship hopes over? They're going to keep digging. Stay with us. Stage number 2 coming up.
Indeed, stage 2 is coming up momentarily in the Slim Jim 200 for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series here at Martinsville. The sun setting and the lights taking over here at Martinsville Speedway. Under caution then for the stage break between stage 1 and stage 2. We're now working lap 9 of 50 in stage 2, and we are getting ready to restart this as all the trucks are preparing themselves, drivers deciding whether to go inside or outside, talking with their crew about where other trucks are in the playoff standings and getting all of that sorted out. Lane Riggs, after he didn't get away on that last restart, he is back down in 6th place. Shall we say Anchor and Carruth in the final 4 is possible, but crazy. Yep, well that is what happens in the playoffs. Anything can happen, and we normally do have some surprise eliminations and surprise people who progress to the next round. But then again, we also have drivers, and I'm going to say it, and everyone's going to hate me for saying this, but it is the harsh reality. We are going to have drivers who have dominated the whole season, get into the championship 4, and then they have a bad race, and they don't get the championship, i.e. Corey Heim. As the pace truck lights go off and we are getting ready to restart, field is doubled up and we go in green on lap 12 of 50 in the stage, lap 62 of 200 in the main race. The Chevrolet pace truck leading the field. Corey Heim has gone to the inside line. Ty Majeski to the outside, as we all thought. But everyone getting into position. Truck's still actually taking the choose as we're now on the back straight. But everyone getting into position will be getting ready to go green once again.
That nose, get rid of the parachute.
10-4, I'll just survive until then.
Take no prisoners. Be aggressive, smart.
Rajal Caruth radio as we head to the United Rentals restart zone. Pace truck in pit road. Green flag back out, and Corey Heim has got an absolutely lightning start. He's already pulled to the lead. He's already cleared that 98 truck. So has the inside line. Here comes Grant Enfinger up the inside of that 98. Trouble down as we have the 15 truck of Tanner Gray diving to the inside. That takes Lane Riggs with him, gets them a little loose. We come down across the line. We complete lap 1 already of this restart. In towards turn 1, Tanner Gray on the inside, Lane Riggs on the outside. They are the first people side by side. It's lap 63 of 200. Corey Heim is your leader. We've had 4 cautions for 27 of the 63 laps and only 2 lead changes. Across the line once more, Heim, Majeski, Enfinger, Ankrum. Then it's Tanner Gray and Lane Riggs side by side. Caruth, Honeycutt, LaJoy down to 9th place. Still side by side. It's Tanner Gray still trying to get his nose in front. Isn't able to. Rajal Caruth also behind him, ready to pounce. as he tries to go up the inside in towards turn 1. Lane Viggs gets the overall and is able to get in front. Tanner Gray drops back. Lane Viggs progresses. Now he'll go on towards the 18 truck of Tyler Ankrum. But Tanner Gray not giving up yet. He looks to the inside, isn't able to get alongside as we're all single file down to around probably 20th place where we start to go side by side. Across the line once more. Still Heim half a second in front of anyone else, and it's a 7/10 gap from Majeski to Enfinger second and third. We're looking back to Honeycutt and Carruth. Across the line once more. Here's the truck playoffs as it stands. Heim advancing, Ankrum plus 12, Majeski plus 10, Carruth plus 7, Viggs minus 7, Honeycutt minus 9, Enfinger is minus 35, and that was, of course, Hemrick down in the last position as it disappears from my screen. Lap 19 of 50 already in this second stage. Very quick stages, as I mentioned, and that longer 100 lap final stage will definitely be interesting. Looking at the 71 of Ajay Carruth at that Chevrolet Silverado damaged rear end, as you heard in the team communications a little bit earlier on, just before that restart we had around 8 to 9 laps ago, and now it's Honeycutt trying to get past Carruth, who is told to take no prisoners. Well, Honeycutt gives that 71 truck a little bit of a nudge, isn't able to pull to his inside line just as yet, but he is trying. Is that 52 truck? Rajah Carruth slides up a little bit. The 52 truck gives him a little nudge. He now jump on board with that truck. As we continue now, round exit of turn 4, still not able to get past is Caden Honeycutt. He'll try once again, gives that 71 a little bit of a nudge. You got these four all in a line. Honeycutt now will look to the inside line of Rajah Carruth, the 71 truck, round the outside. Not got the best traction, has that truck. They touch, and that is the 52 through. The 71 slowing. Problems with Rajah Carruth. A tyre went down. He spins in towards turn 1, hard into the wall, and that is not what you want to see for that 71 truck. He was plus 14 above the cut line going in towards this race, but Rajah Carruth into the wall hard. That little contact sent a tyre down and spinning in towards the wall. Hard front right damage. He was told take no prisoners. Well, he became one. Let's have a look at the replay. It was between this 52 and 71 truck. So Honeycutt got into the side of Rajah Carruth. That deflated one of his tyres. And as he turned in towards turn 1, the rear just slid around and he went spinning hard in towards the turn 1 wall. He was slow off the pace when that tyre went down, but just as he started to turn, hard hit for that 71 HendrickCars.com truck. That is not what you want when you are trying to get into the championship 4. That's the second playoff driver who has had trouble today already. And Rajah Carruth, 23 from Washington DC, still left stranded in that 71 Chevrolet Silverado on the turn 1. On the outside of turn 1, he's still stuck there. This could be day done for the 71 truck. This could be the 71 truck out, and the chance of him getting into the championship 4 over. That's a big hit. He got into his side a little bit, did that 71 car, as he hit the wall. As drama once again in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series playoffs. Lap 26 of 50 in Stage 2. And, well, it has been far from a Stage 2 podcast. Lap 76 of 200 in the main race, if you're keeping track of that. The Slim Jim 200 here at Martinsville Speedway. Once again, your free pass, Daniel Hemrick, so he continues his fight for his must-win situation. And I'm hearing from Bob Potgrass, Hemrick team hopes to do more fixes, then flip the stage, and then hopes he can still have a chance at the win. And also, Bob Potgrass saying, Raja Karoof is done for the night. So, Raja Karoof, his championship 4 dreams are over for that 71 truck. Gone to the garage, 4 laps down and counting if he was to continue, but nope, he is out, and that is 1 playoff car confirmed not advancing. Past the halfway point in this second stage, and it is currently Heim, your leader, Ty Majeski in second, Grant Enfinger in third, Tyler Ankrum fourth, Lane Riggs in fifth, Tanner Gray, your first non-playoff car, in sixth, Caden Honeycutt in seventh, Connor Jones eighth, Brent Cruz ninth, Matt Crafton is in 10th, Ben Rhodes is in 11th, Tony Fredinger in 12th, Jack Wood 13th, Brendan Butterbean Queen is in 14th, Spencer Boyd is in 15th. Here is a replay once again. So the 52 nudging Raja Karoof into the second turn. Then we come down in towards turn 3, where Honeycutt just knocks the side of the 71, and that tyre went down instantly. And there was no chance he was going to save that, was that 71 truck. And that is not a nice way to end your championship hopes in 2025. Raja Karoof now in the infield. He climbs out of his car. He takes his gloves off and inspects the front of his 71 Chevrolet Silverado truck. And as I keep saying, that is not how you want to progress, not what you want to do in the championship elimination race. Caden Honeycutt on board with the 52 truck, and one of the Spire Motorsports guys come down to talk to Raja Karoof, try to comfort him, as trucks are now doubled up and we are getting ready to go back green. So we exit turn 2, head down the back straight, and the pace truck will pull into pit road. We'll go green on lap 31 of 50 in the stage. So, pace truck to pit road. And it's Corey Heim on your inside. Ty Majeski once again on his outside. Into the awards, the United Rentals restart zone, green flag back in the air. And this Slim Jim 200 race back underway. Good start a little bit further back. Tried to make it 3 wide, fought against it. Just dropped back a little bit. Never mind, they are 3 wide, but with 3 different cars. The cars behind that truck that got that good start. Heim once again into the lead, and that was a aggressive block from the 9 truck of Grant Enfinger. That was on the 34 truck of Lane Viggs. 5 cautions for 34 laps. It's lap 82 of 200. Corey Heim, your leader, as Grant Enfinger dives to the inside of Lane Viggs, trying to defend his position. He isn't able to. Lane Viggs right round the outside. Good move from the 34 truck. Still round the outside, and he gets that position done by turn 1. And it's Viggs up to 3rd. He's clawing back those positions that he lost with his horrible restart, where it looked like he missed a gear. He's got them back. And we are now heading across the line once more. Leader still Corey Heim by 7/10 of a second. Ben Rhodes round the outside. That is of the 1 truck of Brent Cruz. And we head now down in towards turn 3. Brent Cruz still on the inside. Ben Rhodes. Cruz gets in front. Now we look forward to the 41 of Connor Jones and the 52 of Caden Honeycutt. FS1 may be foreshadowing some drama with the 52, because that's what Fox and FS1 do best. If there's been drama, they like to focus on that car that caused the drama to see if they cause any more drama. Still out in front, it's Heim now with an 8/10 gap, and then an 8.5 gap between 2nd and 3rd. So these two have really started to pull away. Side by side now. Cruz up the inside of Honeycutt. Honeycutt trying to gain that position. And Jones getting involved. He is just in front in the 41 truck, keeping an eye on what is happening behind him. It's Cruz up the inside of Honeycutt. Cruz will take that 8th position away from Honeycutt, but he's not letting that slide. Honeycutt tries to get past, but Cruz straight up the inside of the 41 of Connor Jones, and he's going to take 2 in 1 lap. Does he? Cruz still on the inside of that 41 truck, down in towards turn 3 and turns 4. He's got his nose in front, has that 1 truck, and he's pulled clear. And that's Brent Cruz getting 2 positions in 1 lap. And now Connor Jones tries to defend aggressively from that 52 of Caden Honeycutt. He'll know what he did to that 71 truck. Now side by side, Caden Honeycutt and Connor Jones down in towards turn 3. We're focusing on that 1 truck. We want to see what's behind, side by side still, and it's Honeycutt in front just at the line, but Connor Jones still hanging round the outside. But Honeycutt got half his truck in front, and now his whole truck in front as he pulls clear of that 41 truck. Does Caden Honeycutt up towards 7th place. Now we look a little bit further back to the 99 of Rhodes for 10th and 11th. It's the 99 of Ben Rhodes and the 88 truck of Matt Crafton. It's Rhodes in front, Crafton trying to get in front, Rhodes trying to defend. They're single file at the moment. Keep an eye on the number 91 truck of Jack Wood and Brendan Queen, and the 7 truck behind as well. These 4 are battling, and they've got Connor Jones in front of him, as we are already only 9 laps to go in stage 2. Very quick there. As now, Caden Honeycutt, we are on board with, down in towards turn 1. Exit of turn 2 now, down the back straight. We go now in towards turn 3 and 4, across the line. Now down turn 1, still on board with Caden Honeycutt, which tells me that they are on a break. No, they're not on a break, they're just like in the on board of that 52 truck. 6 to go in stage 2. And it's still Heim leading by a second. Corey Heim dominating stage 2. Now across the line we go. Starts 5 to go in stage 2. As we now head round will start. 4 to go. On board now with Ty Majeski in that second place, looking up towards Corey Heim. It's now down the back straight on board with Ty Majeski. Heim trying to get past back markers, which he has a little bit of trouble doing actually. Round the outside of that is the 22 truck of Alan Waller getting it in the way. Heim got a little loose. Now here comes Ty Majeski round the outside. Isn't able to clear him, as we now have round the outside, that's Corey Heim on another lapped truck. I believe as we head, Ty Majeski did get past that truck that he couldn't. There's now only 2 to go. It was the 33, by the way, Frankie Muniz, who is now in front of Ty Majeski, who Ty Majeski now pulls to the inside, trying to get past. But we are on the last lap of stage 1. We are heading down the back straight we go. Round the outside of a lapped car. He will take stage 2 in style. Corey Heim round the outside of a lapped car, takes the green and white checkered flag, and Corey Heim, he won stage 1. He'll do the double, win stage 2 here at Martinsville under the lights in the Slim Jim at 200. Caution is out. Let's go down to FS1.
All right, guys, top 5 for him. 2 stages down. Can Corey Heim hang on for win number 11? We'll be back with pit stops.
Well, as they go to break, we are back under caution for the second time for a stage, the 6th time of asking in the whole race, and we've now got 98 laps remaining. No more scheduled caution breaks after this, of course, as we have now completed all of the stage 1s and stage 2s, as it's, well, 17 minutes past midnight in the UK, which means it's 7:16 over there in the US, so, well, Eastern time it is. Hello to everyone there. As on board with Ty Majeski once again, as we're on ad break on FS1, we shall go down to pits when they open. There's a lot of trucks scheduled to make their stops, as they didn't in the stage 1 break. So, not a lot to talk about in this stage break, but let's keep you updated. So if you have just joined us, Rajar Karoof had a little bit of contact with the 52 while the 52 truck was trying to make a pass, and the 52 of Caden Honeycutt got into the side of him. That punctured one of Rajar Karoof's tyres. He lost control and went hard in towards the turn 1 wall, and you had the number 2 truck of Clayton Green actually not start this race, did Clayton. And then also, if you are just joining us, it's Corey Heim. Let's go to screen so you can see them a little bit more. It is your leader, Corey Heim, if you're just joining us. Ty Majeski in 2nd, Lane Riggs in 3rd, Grant Enfinger in 4th, Tanner Gray, your first playoff, non-playoff car, in 5th, Tyler Ankrum in 6th, Brent Cruz is in 7th, Caden Honeycutt in 8th, then Connor Jones in 9th, Ben Rhodes in 10th, Matt Crafton 11th, Giovanni in the 17th truck is 12th, Jack Wood is in 13th, Brendan Queen is in 14th. Chandler Smith rounds out your top 15. So, still under caution. Let's go back over to FS1.
Off chances are over. Tough break.
And you just hate to see somebody's season come to an end, right? All the races and all the work to get to that point, and you want to be able to race it out at Martinsville all the way through to the end of the race, and man, such a tough break for Raja.
So the top 6 drivers have not yet pitted tonight. Pit road will be open next time by. You mentioned Brent Cruz back in 7th, last pitted on lap 55. He had those fresher tires. So here they come. Corey Heim is leading them down. Todd, they're coming your way.
Yeah, Jamie, 34 Lane Riggs. He got a little tight when he was back in traffic, got that clean air, and it didn't get any better. So they're going to free the truck up a little bit. The 98 of Ty Majeski, he still does not like his truck. It's gotten even worse as the run went on. Joe Shear Jr. going to take a big swing at it. Amanda?
We see Tyler Anker pulling in there, and he talked about how this playoff's been a haunted house. Well, he survived the boogeyman so far here, but he's struggling with a tight truck out there as he's going to take tires on that 18 and then of Caden Honeycutt. It's been a tight truck for him as well, but biggest concern out there, he's saying, I cannot get this throttle down. Guys, he said at the top of the race, I have to stress patience. And Regan, as you just said, it's been chaos out there.
Thank you, Amanda. A whole gaggle of trucks come out behind Corey Heim. His team gets it done. Ty Majeski as well. Tanner Gray's had a great night. Improves 2 spots with his pit crew. See, Caden Honeycutt's team got it done. Lane Riggs, though, loses 2 spots. And, guys, he didn't have a great pit selection because he didn't qualify last week at Talladega.
Yeah, and another truck with trouble on pit road. You see Tyler Ankrum right there. Looked like they are having some trouble on the right front initially. Not sure what caused him to still be on pit road right now there, but tough break for him. He's done everything right up until this point. And to your point, Jamie, lost the pit selection for Lane Riggs. Had a little bit of a slow stop on the right front also watching them. But what I really took away from that also is you saw the opening for him because Raja Cruz is no longer there.
Let's take a look at that pit stop you just talked about. Watch the right front.
Looks like it won't quite come out or go back in here. The tire's hitting the fender.
You see the fender buckling right there. Just can't quite get it up, get it onto there.
Yeah, the Jackman was struggling to get the tire inside there. I don't think that was Jackman's fault. I think the clearances are just a little bit too tight. Same problem here on the left front as well. He's asking him to jack it up just a little bit higher.
Oh, the pit gun broke.
Oh, my goodness. And like you said, Regan, Tyler has done everything perfect in this race. Now he's got some adversity here. He still has a point gap to work off of, but it just got a lot smaller.
Guys, Raja Karuth is out of the race and out of the medical center. He's with Amanda.
Yeah, Jamie, and as he walked over to the interview, he kind of shrugged his shoulders and said, it happens. I know you've seen the replay at this point. Walk us through what happened.
Yeah, I mean, I was feeling really good about our chances. Our truck was, our HenryCars.com server auto was turning very well tonight, and it started with the 34 missing the ship on the restart and knocking the nose up, and kind of was battling the handling from that point. And obviously watching it here, it's just racing. I know it wasn't on purpose. You've seen it. I mean, he did it to Corey by accident in the spring, and a couple guys have done that same thing. So it obviously wasn't on purpose. Just bummer it was me. So it's yeah, heartbreaker for sure. I think we were in a really good spot. But it is what it is. So we'll keep on pushing, and the sun will still come out tomorrow. It sucks now, but yeah, it's part of it.
We'll see you in Phoenix.
Yep.
Great attitude. I don't think I could be that way and speak that well after such a heartbreak.
I know I couldn't be. I'll tell you that. I'd be pretty hot right now. And you know, racing is a very difficult sport. You don't fully control what happens to you, and some things happened outside of Raja's control today, and that's tough.
Yeah, and I think we've come to expect that out of Raja, though. He handles himself the right way and does things the right way. So unfortunate for him. We definitely wanted to see him have a chance as we see the choose taking place again right now, and this field is going to be completely mixed up, Brad. We've got the top 9 trucks that are going to be on older tires that stayed out after pitting earlier in the race, and your trucks that were leading are going to be starting 10th place on back. This is, you talked about the key moments early on, and
seminal moment for the race,
one of them
right
being
here.
the restart where the missed shift. This one here you got to find a way to get through this cleanly and not tear your truck up as the field shuffled up.
Absolutely, and a lot of these guys need the points here as we look at our cutoff line with the 34, the 1852. Points are super, super close right now. You've got to be so careful not to get torn up making your way through the field.
And Tyler.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to be careful not getting torn up. Start of stage 3 then. Here we go. Pace truck into pit road. United Ventures restart zone green flag in the air for stage 3. And it's the one truck, Brent Cruz, on the inside line. It's going to be It's going to be the 17 truck of Giovanni down on the outside line. Now we complete the first lap of the stage, and it's the 17 truck of Giovanni in the lead. We are nearly 4 wide. That's Corey Heim getting involved in the mid-pack after he pits very close indeed. The 13 slows down. He gets loose. He's all over the place. It's Jake Garcia in that 13 truck. Heim not wanting to get involved in that. The mid-pack's all over the place. So, Ruggiero out in front. That 17 truck. Then you have Brent Cruz, Jack Wood. Bailey Curry is in 4th in the 45 truck. Then Chandler Smith in that 38 truck all the way up in 5th. Not really mentioned him a lot, but he is there. Corey Heim currently down in 10th, getting involved in all of the battles. Lap 115 of 200 we're currently working on board with Time Jeski as we now start lap 116. Your top playoff car, by the way, Hemrick, is in 6th, and can confirm Bob Pockcraft has said Daniel Hemrick and Grant Enfinger now can't get in on points. It is a must win for both of those cars. So Corey Heim still trying to get up the order. We were just momentarily on board with that number 98 car, and truck getting involved. Heim pushing him all the way through turns 3 and turns 4, giving him little nudges. Is that 11 truck down the inside of Time Majeski? He now gets. Now he pulls from the inside to the outside of Time Majeski. Corey Heim still trying to get past. Now single file. He's got Lane Viggs and Honeycutt. Viggs on the outside, Honeycutt on the inside, just behind these two, the 98 and the 11. So it's the 98, the 11 single file, then 34 of Viggs on the outside of the 52 of Honeycutt. Honeycutt to the inside of Viggs. Try not to do what he did with Rajah Karuf a little bit earlier on. Across the line we go. It's lap 120 of 200. 80 to go. Round turn 1s in towards turn 2 we go. Caden Honeycutt got his nose of his truck in front. But here comes Lane Viggs round the outside. He's good round the outside, as he's shown throughout this race. Is that 34 truck. Now Heim has gotten to the inside of Majeski. They're also side by side, but we cut to the leaders of Ruggiero and Cruz. The 17 truck and the 1 truck, they are battling for the lead. Of course, Giovanni is on a high after his Talladega win last week. He's got his win sticker on his car, on his driver's side window, and it does look good indeed for Giovanni Ruggiero. That 17 truck trying to defend the lead. Can he get back-to-back wins? Still got a long way to go. 78 laps to go now. We look, as we go side by side, we look to the 81 getting passed by the 98. That's Conor Mozak and Time Majeski. Time Majeski round the inside, gets past, clears that 81 truck. Now Lane Viggs trying to slide up the inside. He does. Now Lane Viggs side by side with the 81 truck of Mozak. Mozak dropping like a stone here. Next up is Honeycutt, but it's still Lane Viggs on his inside. Lane Riggs gets past in turns 3 and 4. He clears him now. Honeycutt trying to get past. He won't go up on the inside, going in towards turn 1. Will try. We've got a truck off the pace. That the 6th car of Norm Bennin. It did look like it. He's already 13 laps down. But Norm Bennin not having the best race. And it is Norm Bennin into pit road and off the pace. No caution. We stay green as he was able to get it into pit road. And it's side by side. Tanner Gray and Butterbean Queen is there as well. He's on the inside. Tanner Gray on the outside. Just behind him, he's got the 88 of Matt Crafton. But if we are really looking at a Giovanni Giro double, then we are in for something special. As I mentioned, we still got 73 laps to go, as we're now on lap 128 of 200 of this Slim Jim at 200. It's Crafton and Rhodes and Ankrum single file behind this battle between Queen and Tanner Gray. It's Queen on the inside of the 15. The 7 gets a little loose, gets into the side of the 15. They don't spin, they stay, but that slows the 7 down. That allows Matt Crafton to take that opportunity straight up the inside. Matt Crafton gets that position, and here comes Ben Rhodes now trying to take that position away from that 7. Gamebridge sponsored truck. Ben Rhodes isn't able to do it. He's still single file, but Tyler Ankrum looking around the outside of that 99 as the 99 trying to get past the 7. It's Majeski plus 10, Riggs plus 4, Ankrum plus 1, Honeycutt minus 1, Carruth minus 19, and Grant Enfinger and Daniel Henrik minus 34 and minus 35 respectively, both in must-win situations here at Martinsville. Now, exit turn 4, across the line we go. They start lap 131 of 200. It's Tyler Ankrum up the inside of Ben Rhodes. And Rhodes will lose that position to Tyler Ankrum. That will drop Rhodes down to 19th place and Ankrum up to 18th. Now we look further up the order. This is the 19 of Henrik, Majeski of the 98 and Riggs in the 34 car. 3 playoff cars, 7th, 8th and 9th. It's Riggs up the inside of Henrik, that very heavily damaged Henrik car, but they're in a must-win situation and they have turned it around. They were 2 laps down and now they are on the lead lap in the top 10. What a story it would be for that 19 truck if they could win their way into the Championship 4 with all that they have had to deal with. But we are 3 wide. It's Majeski on the inside, Henrik in the middle, and it was Honeycutt on the outside, but he's pulled back. It's now Majeski and Henrik. It's Majeski on the inside line. In that 98 truck, he's cleared the 19, and Henrik down in towards 9th place, but he's not given up. Honeycutt has joined back up. They're lapping the 22 car once again, who is on their inside line. Command Blue given by the starter, and he does comply as we now cut back to the leaders. And we cut back to the leaders because Brent Cruz dives down to the inside on the Giro, and Brent Cruz, what a move, sweeps down to the inside, and it's Brent Cruz, your new leader of the race. Giovanni had no defence at all. Brent Cruz straight up the inside and effectively steals that lead away from that 17 truck. That was as easy as stealing candy from a baby. Lap 137 of 200. We are now working. We are getting into the final 65 laps of the race. We're now inside those 65 laps to go. If you're wanting to know where Riggs is, he is in 6th. He has gained up. He's battling currently with Corey Heim in 5th place. As we now have Brent Cruz down to the inside of the 33 and the 90. The lapped cars, Giovanni Ruggiero trying to get past as well. Command Blue once again given by the starter stand. As we continue now Corey Heim dives down the inside of the 91. Another lapped car, I do believe. No, this is for position. Apologies for that. Heim straight down the inside of Jack Wood in that 91 truck. He's able to do it, and that was an easy move as well, as we continue now round the speedway. A long green flag run we have here, and I've jinxed it there because, well, we aren't showing it on the timing screens. We are now, but we are yellow. I couldn't have said that at a worse time. That is a massive commentator's curse, which will probably go in the history books, because the 22 is around of Alan Waller making his third career start. As soon as I say we've had a long green flag run, we cut to a spun car in the wall. Absolutely amazing from the commentator there, but it is what it is. Under caution now for the 7th time. And that's Waller down in, I believe, turn 1 and turn 2. Is that? No, that's actually turn 3 and turn 4. Apologies for that. He will go now the wrong way around the speedway, pull a U-turn, and he very nearly goes into pit road. He thinks against it, no. Never mind. Does he look like he's going to go into pit? He's trying to go into pit road, and now you're not allowed to do that, Alan Waller, because that's a commitment line violation. And he's now stuck there, sitting at the bottom of the track, blocking half the track. Not the smartest there from Alan Waller, because he's now beached it on the curb. Tried to do a commitment line violation, do a U-turn, and get back into pit road, instead of going the right way around the circuit and just taking a little longer to get to pit road. So, free pass is the 90 car of Justin Carroll, as they're now going to get the recovery truck to give him a push over what he was stuck on, but that will also count as a commitment line violation, which he's properly stalled it, but now he gets a good push and is away. Let's have a look at the replay then, and we just cut to the 22 of Waller already spinning. Light tap with the wall this time, and he just lost it by himself. There was no truck around him, just looped the rear around and just tapped into the wall. But he is now on pit road, and I'm hearing now NASCAR has parked the number 22 for DVP. So NASCAR getting involved there, as we are still under caution on board with the 52 truck of Caden Honeycutt. Lap 144 of 200 in this Slim Jim 200 for NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series at Martinsville Speedway.
I'm liking my spot here in the booth. This is much better than being a crew chief right now, making this decision, as we're going to see them all pass through pit road. And our first truck,
Jack
Wood
Wood
in 5th is the first one. And
all right, I see 19, a Daniel Hemrick. It's Corey LaJoy there. 45 as well, that's Bailey Curry.
Grant Enfinger decides to stay out right there.
not as many takers as I thought we'd get here. Tyler Ankrum stayed out. That one I'm really surprised by.
Ankrum and Enfinger, we were told as we were monitoring, they may come in. They decide against it. Daniel Hemrick
didn't have much to lose. Like I said, he's got a set laying down here to put on. Was not in a position to play offense. Let's see what Amanda can say as well.
Yeah, just watching Kevin Bellacourt synchronize this whole thing, telling his crew guys, take these 4 tires, the splash of fuel, and we are off. Oddly enough, Daniel Hemrick is reporting that the balance on this truck is good. This will be the last stop for the 19, so if something's going to happen, it'll be right here.
It will be right here, so off pit road we head, and strategy starting to play a little bit into it now. was about to go back down to FS1 so we could hear a little bit more about what they had to say, but of course when I turned the fader up in my ears, they were going to ad break. So let's go through the order as it stands on lap 146, 54 to go. So it's Brent Cruz in first place in the 1 truck, then Giovanni Ruggiero in 17 truck in second. Can he get back-to-back wins in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series? Find out in 54 laps time. Chandler Smith in the 38 truck is third, Corey Heim in fourth, Lane Riggs is fifth, Ty Majeski 6th, Caden Honeycutt 7th, Grant Enfinger 8th, Tanner Gray 9th, and Connor Mozak is in 10th and rounds out your top 10. Then Connor Jones in 11th, Matt Crafton in 12th, Brendan Butterbean Queen in 13th, Tyler Ankrum 14th, Ben Rhodes 15th, and Patrick Strapoli is in 16th with Spencer Boyd 17th, Tony Bradinger 18th, Dawson Sutton 19th, and Daniel Hemrick is in 20th place. We are nearing the final 50 laps in the Slim Jim 200. We should get going green with around 50 to go. We shall see when we get that 1 to go signal, which we do indeed get now. 1 to go has been signalled. The pace truck moves to the middle, and we now get doubled up. Hello to Regine in the chat, welcome. He says, let's go racing. NASCAR fans of all ages cheering for Rajar Karoof and Lane Riggs. But unfortunately, Rajar Karoof already out and his championship hopes done for 2025. Lane Riggs currently in 5th place. But let's get, we are doubled up on the back straight. Pace truck pulls to pit road, and we're getting a little bit raring to go. Trucks on the accelerator and deaccelerating into the United Rentals restart zone we go. It's Brent Cruz on the inside. They stack up as Corey Heim went a little bit earlier than everyone else. That stacked everyone up, and we are now on towards the back straight already, and it's Brent Cruz who has taken the lead away and has kept the lead. Up the inside is Chandler Smith on Giovanni Ruggiero. Side by side we go. Diving straight down to the inside. That was a truck a little bit further back, around the 15th to 20th place. It's lap 150 of 200. 50 laps to go. Your lead is Brent Cruz. We've had 7 cautions for 52 laps and 5 lead changes. Side by side, Chandler Smith and the 17 truck already. It's Chandler Smith on that inside line. He got his nose ahead, but Giovanni cuts back round the outside. But as we head out of turn 2, down the back straight we go. It's Chandler Smith who has got in front, and it's only the nose alongside from the 17 truck. And now Chandler Smith fully pulls ahead. And now Giovanni Ruggiero vulnerable, and he's got Corey Heim on his inside line. So Heim trying to get past that 17 truck. We're in towards turn 3 and turn 4 now. As we head across the line, Corey Heim down in towards turn 1. We look back to Honeycutt and Majeski. They're side by side. At the moment it's Majeski plus 7, Riggs plus 3, Ankrum plus 2, Honeycutt minus 2, Karoof minus 25, Enfinger minus 35, and Hemrick minus 58, both in must-win situations. Of course, Karoof already out. His championship dreams for 2025 are over. 47 laps to go as we are heading down the back straightaway. Corey Heim has just gotten past that 17 truck, and now that 17 truck is vulnerable to the 34 truck of Lane Riggs. Giovanni Ruggiero round the outside. Lane Riggs now on the inside. He takes that position away. Now Caden Honeycutt will dive to the inside of Giovanni, and we've got a caution, and because the 5 truck is into a wall. Looks like some hard damage there for that 5 truck, and it's not the only one who's in the wall, as the 84 truck also spun around down at turns 1 and turn 2. So Patrick Starpoli and Tony Bradinger are your 2 cars involved, and that is very heavy damage to the rear of that 5 truck. That Tricon Garage truck. Let's have a look at the replay, and that was a squeeze, and that is not what you want to do going in towards turn 1. Couldn't tell what truck was on the inside. It was the 77 according to NASCAR, so it was Corey LaJoy who went up the inside, and they got in together, and then that moved Tony up into the wall, hard into the wall, might I add. So 8th caution of the day. Your free pass is Frankie Muniz. So contact from Corey LaJoy sent the 5 truck spinning into the outside wall, who collected Patrick Starpoli, which is where that 84 truck got involved. Inside the last 43 laps now of this Slim Jim 200, and Bob Pockras has provided us with the points update. It's Majeski +5, Riggs +3, Ankrum +2, Honeycutt -2, Carruth -26, and out and Enfinger must win. Hemrick must win, as we keep mentioning. Happening when they return. Now 42 laps to go, as for some reason we had a little bit of a mic failure, so hopefully you should be able to hear me now. Apologies for that, but now still under caution. I'll mention it again just in case you were my mic failed when I did the points. Majeski +5, Riggs +3, Ankrum +2, Honeycutt -2, Carruth -26, and out Enfinger must win, and Hemrick must win. Now 41 laps to go as the laps continue to count down. Let's go back to FS1.
Qualifying for the Xfinity and Cup Series, followed by the final race in the round of 8 for the Xfinity Series. On-track activity begins at 1 Eastern on the CW app. And the guys sitting to my right will be in the race car, Cup practice, and qualifying. You excited for the weekend, Brad? Just 2 races to go in the season.
I love Martinsville. This is always one of the best races of the year. Long race, Cup Series race, 500 laps. Feels like 1,000, but it's a good one. Can't miss NASCAR race.
Do you keep those clocks wound up all the time that you've got? Do you let them die down?
You know, I've got 2 as a driver and 1 as an owner, and they're hard to keep up with. But you know who's having a hard time keeping up with his truck right now, actually, speaking of that, is Ty Majeski. I think we have some audio on him, some of the problems he's facing.
Yeah, we got brake problems here. I can't get a pedal. Pedal at all? I can get it back, but it goes to the floor. It takes about 5 pumps to get it.
Yeah, and that's not something that you want to have happen. And what he's referencing is when those brakes start to go soft, you got to hit the pedal that many times before you have a solid pedal going into the corner to slow it down. Now the good news is right now typically that comes from heat in the brakes, so these yellow flags are good for Ty Majeski, but let's keep an eye on that. If we get a long run here when we go back green, we saw him fading just a little bit, and now we know why right before the yellow flag came out. And I know we thought maybe he was being a little cautious because he was good in the point situation, but this could be something that builds as the race goes.
Absolutely. Fortunately for Ty, he doesn't have that many laps left. It sounds like he's able to still get a pedal. He just has to work really hard for it.
And I like the calmness out of Ty. That's an experienced veteran that has been on the short tracks his whole life and has had this before.
And Grant Enfinger decided to come down and take those tires. He pitted from 8th. He'll restart 22nd here. Good move, guys.
It's a fine move. The only question I've got is I would have liked to have done it on the previous yellow. It was apparent that he probably wasn't in a position to win on the previous yellow. You could have at least made up a few spots before the yellow, maybe been up 5 or 6 more positions right now, so we'll have to see if it works out for him.
He's going to need a lot of carnage here to make his way through the field.
We shall see if we get that carnage, because the pace truck heads into pit road, and it's Cruz on the inside, Chandler Smith on the outside, in towards the United Rentals restart zone. We are green once again, 38 laps to go, and it's Chandler Smith round the outside of Cruz, trying to get that position, but Cruz got the inside line, able to get in front. They slide a little bit. Here comes Heim down the inside of the 38, gives him a little nudge, pushes that 38 of Chandler Smith out wide. It's Cruz who is leading. Heim down the inside of the 38. He's got his nose in front, and he's got his now full car in front. It 164, 200. Red Cruz is your lead. We've had 8 cautions for 59 laps and 7 lead changes. And Red Cruz already out in front by 8.5 seconds. That is how much for the men are behind are back now 35 laps to go. They are down very quickly. That's a car full of smoke. That is 45 truck of Bailey Curry full of smoke. Next down now and Daniel Henrik also down into the pit road. Window net is down on that 19-lapper night vision car. Problems for the 19, they were in a must-win situation, and the number 19 truck heads behind the wall. He heads to the garage. Henrik, this could be his championship fight over. He was in a must-win situation anyway. It was touch and go whether he would get that, but he heads to the garage for a mechanical. He's done for the night, Daniel Henrik, and his championship dreams for 2025 are over. Second car out. So now time line, Jesse +4, this +2, Anchor +2 as well. Honeycutt -2, then Caruth out -27, Enfinger -46 in a must-win scenario, and -62, and out into the garage. So drama here in Virginia. Daniel Henrik out of the race. Let's regroup here. Let's regroup.
Kind of a last.
Yeah, and I think the flip side, if he does get by Lane Riggs right here, that's almost like a 2-for-1 pass, because it takes a point away from Lane. That would put Lane back to +1 to the cutoff, and it would make him -1, so you get even closer right there. And how much more important right now, Jamie, is this is shaking up right now. You look at the left side of your screen, Lane Riggs with the fastest lap of the race emblem next to his name. How much more important does that become? That 1 point could be the difference in a moment.
Unbelievable. An entire season comes down to this moment and could be defined. Your season can be defined by that 1 point that gets you to Phoenix.
See on the left side of your screen there, Tyler Ankrum battling for every spot he can get. 2 to the good right now. That's 2 positions right in front of him.
But he
would love to have those.
Because Tyler Ankrum has that 2-point cushion. But Caden Honeycutt, if he gets 1 point, it's right there in front of him, right? So it changes the whole philosophy here for what Caden Honeycutt needs to do if he's 2 versus 1 points behind.
Now Caden Honeycutt ties here with Tyler Ankrum The tie break would go to the 52. Well, second playoff driver out of this race, Daniel Hemrick. He's standing by with Amanda.
Yeah, Jamie, you can see the hood up of the 19 here with us in the garage area. Daniel, how will you digest tonight for yourself?
I couldn't hear a single word you said, but yeah, I'm just proud of the fight of everyone in this Napa number 19 team. I appreciate Napa Night Vision being on board, and really appreciate everything in Napa Auto Care, Gates Hydraulics, South Point Hotel Casino, Puppy Bank, everything that everyone's given us all year, including Chevrolet, to just go and be in that spot. And we just wasn't the last couple of weeks for us, and I know we're better than this, and still we fought to the bitter end until we broke the engine, having to run it so hot all night. So not ideal. There's a lot to be said, right? Humble in victory, gracious in defeat, and definitely did a good job of not putting it together the last couple of weeks. And in the day, like, you got to be your best throughout this stretch to have a chance, and not going to happen this one here.
Daniel and Jamie, team members were here patting him on the back when he made it here, and he was speechless until that interview.
Well, a lot to keep their head up high about what they did their first year together here at McAnally Hilgman Racing. And meanwhile, the battle is heating up. Tyler Ankrum trying with all his might to get around the 41 of Connor Jones, and he's got to make this pass.
So let's try that again then, as we now head with 23 laps to go. It's Cruz leading, Heim second, Chandler Smith in third, and Viggs 34. But Giovanni Ruggiero gets into the 81 of Mozak, and Mozak is round, and we've got another caution. A late race caution. Conor Mozak, the 81, hard his rear of the car into the wall. And Giovanni Ruggiero, he's been having a good night, but a little bit too heavy into turns 3 and got into the rear of Conor Mozak in a way that 81 truck did not react well. And we're looking at the 18 of Tyler Ankrum as well. I didn't see him involved, but FS1 wanting to focus into him. So 20 to go under caution, which means when we get going green.
Go tell this 41 it's getting ready to be set. Yeah, I'll go work with this guy.
So the 18 and the 41, they're going to go to battle, it sounds like. Ankrum was trying to get past the 41, wasn't able to. So, as I was mentioning, tempers are going to heat. It's all going to heat up. When we get back going, there won't be that many laps left here in Martinsville Raceway. So, it's currently Brent Cruz in first, Corey Heim in second, third Chandler Smith, Lane Viggs fourth, fifth Caden Honeycutt, sixth Tanner Gray, and it's Tanner Gray in sixth, Ty Majeski seventh, Brendan Butterbean Queen in eighth, Corey LaJoy ninth. Connor Jones rounds out your top 10 with Tyler Ankrum in 11th place. Giovanni Ruggiero in 12th, Grant Enfinger 13th, Ben Rhodes 14th, Jack Wood 15th, Jake Garcia 16th, Dawson Sutton 17th, Spencer Boyd 18th, Patrick Starpoli 19th, Justin Carroll 20th, Timmy Hill 21st, and Frankie Muniz currently in pit road 22nd, Bailey Curry 23rd, Conor Mozak involved in that caution in the pits as we get the order jumble up as those lower position cars down in pit road. So only 18 laps to go here in Martinsville, Virginia. Let's go back to FS1.
Let's get up on the wheel like you've done twice before here in the Cup Series. Got a couple of those grandfather clocks. There he is.
those were good days. I got to tell you, winning at Martinsville, it's one of my favorite wins in my entire career. It was just an incredible feeling. You know, this track has so much, you know, kind of heritage, history to our sport, and then that clock. It's got to be one of the coolest trophies in all sports. It's one you can actually put in your house. It's like a piece of furniture and tell the story for years to come, and that one meant a lot to me.
Your wife can't argue about that one, right? Other trophies, they can say, no, put that in the office or somewhere else. That one you can put it right out for everybody to see it.
That was a good one.
We're happy as always to have you, Brad, in the middle of your season. Joey Logano's been doing this as well. I know you guys have a lot on your plate this time of year, so we appreciate it.
This is awesome. You know what I love about calling the race? I get to see all these different camera angles. And for the people at home, there is so much action on this track at Martinsville. I don't even know how we know what to show. There's just stuff everywhere. That's Martinsville. I mean, there's battles in 5th, 10th for the lead. This is just such an action-packed racetrack. Glad everybody's joining us.
It's Brad Keselowski, Regan Smith, I'm Jamie Little, Todd Bodine, Amanda Busick, all with you here as we take a look back at the start of this race. That restart from Lane Riggs went south quick.
Yeah, this affected a number of the playoff competitors. We see here contact for Norm Benning. He was 3 wide, then he was 2 wide. He gets turned around just a little bit there, and Daniel Humrick now since has fallen out of the race. Tough breaks for him.
Yeah, this moment really stood out for me. Rajah Caruth, contact with Caden Honeycutt, cuts down a left rear tire, spins out into the outside wall, turns 1 and 2. This will end his day and his playoff hopes.
And that moment, Brad, was also the one that really shook it up for the rest of the playoff competitors. Tyler Ankrum, we see having a bad pit stop right here. The pit gun on the left front broke. They had trouble on the right front, and then it broke over on the left front. He's really not been able to pass many trucks since then as he's got mired back in the field, but they've gotten track position other ways to get him back to the plus good right now.
And remember, Tyler Ankrum has those older tires than the guys around him. He will restart 11th.
Pace truck to pit road, and we are getting ready in towards United Rentals. Restart zone once again, green flag out on track, and it's Brent Cruz down to the inside. Corey Heim around the outside trying to defend that position. Still double file. We look further back, all clean, but now back to the leaders. Corey Heim around the outside of Brent Cruz. Brent Cruz still up the inside, still gained and gotten that position. They're 3 wide further back in the mid-pack, and the caution is out once again, and we don't know why, as it's all clear at the front, and we are focusing on the 45 of Curry. Bailey Curry, I believe, was the cause of that caution, and we have had it confirmed by NASCAR officials that the 45 did spin in turn 4. So I mentioned about how we weren't going to have that many laps when we got going again. Well, we're going to have even less laps when we get going again with this caution. Hopefully they speed it up a little bit, but when we get going again, if there is another caution and we have another cautions breed cautions, then expect a NASCAR overtime, and that would really be a dramatic way to decide who advances to the championship 4 and who goes home and to Phoenix without a chance at the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series 2025 championship.
He was still under power, still rolling.
Well, I don't know about y'all. My palms are sweating for these guys right now, yes. and trying to, just trying to understand, okay, who needs a spot? What are you gonna have to do? And as much as we've talked about, do the drivers want to know? They want to know, but at this point in the race, the crew chiefs aren't going to be able to update them enough. I think the message from the crew chiefs to these playoff bubble drivers is going to have to be every spot you can, take everything you can get, no matter what.
One of the things I'm really curious about in this next restart, Lane Riggs, he's positioned in P5. He's in a spot to where he can make a very aggressive move. He only needs one position. He has one of those trucks as his teammate. This restart is going to be epic.
Caden Honeycutt took full advantage of that last restart. Brad, you mentioned it. He got those much needed positions, and that has him right now above the cut line by just 1 point over Lane Riggs, who is 2 trucks behind him.
You see it as we look at the left side of the screen. Grant Enfinger took those tires and he was coming through the field at a pretty good clip for a moment there, and you know, unfortunately, as we see the choose about to happen right now.
Oh, this is interesting. The teammates are going to go 1-2. It's a good way to protect each other.
Restart on the front row.
That was a bad choose for Lane Riggs, because Caden Honeycutt now picking those spots up. If he can hold off one of those spots, it makes it even more difficult for him, because now he doesn't need just 1 spot. He needs 2 spots from somewhere with that scenario.
Ty Majeski holding on strong there. We talked about his brake issues. So far, that has not hurt him. He's going to restart 6th here.
And you mentioned Grant Enfinger, just his situation right now back in 12th. He's in a must-win at this point.
Yeah, and I think that, you know, at this point with these yellows, the tires probably are not likely to work out for him at this point, but it was a good...
Yeah. Well, we're going to start with 9 to go. Corey Heim on the inside. Caden Honeycutt on the outside. Into the United Ventures restart zone. Green flag. Honeycutt does not get away. And Chandler Smith right to his rear bumper. And that allows Corey Heim into the lead. And Corey Heim is away. The 11 truck, he's got Honeycutt behind him still at the moment. Around a truck length back. But Heim leads the first lap on the restart. Down to the inside. That's Chandler Smith trying to get up the inside of Brent Cruz. Lap 193 of 200. Corey Heim is your leader. We've had 10 cautions and 10 lead changes. Ty Majeski is slow. He's got the 77 of LaJoy up his inside. He's already dropped a couple of places back. Has that truck as we head now. 7 laps to go. Tanner Smith is getting nudged out the way by Corey LaJoy. As it stands, Honeycutt +2, Majeski +2, Ankrum +2, Lane Riggs -2. So, as we head now round across the line, 6 laps to go in the Slim Jim 200. And they are all stacking up. Contact, the 41 is round. Connor Jones in the middle of the pack. Multiple trucks involved. I can only see Connor Jones. One of them, there's at least 4 trucks down there. One of them is the 44. There's 2 hiding. It's the 26. One of them, and one of the others got away. Was it the 13 truck? But that means only one thing. With 4 laps to go, I mentioned it earlier on, NASCAR overtime is incoming here at Martinsville. Here is a replay of it. So look at the 41. So Ty Majeski was off. Well, Ty Majeski got a bit slower off the corner than he would have liked, and well, the 41 got into him. He turned himself around, and then he just collected those 3 trucks behind him, trying to avoid him as he spun from the outside down to the inside and to alongside the wall. So not the best there for the 41. But now we've got Corey Heim and Caden Honeycutt on the front, getting ready, and well, the 98 of Majeski has got quite a bit of front left bodywork damage on the front bumper. Shouldn't affect him too much, should it, the number 98 truck? Let's have another look at it, and well, that was because Majeski got it hard into the wall at the exit of turn 4, and then his front left, where the damage is, his front left of the bumper got into Riggs as he slammed in towards the wall. He tried to go round the outside, didn't work, got on a little bit too much power, asked for maybe a little bit too much of his truck. But lap 198 with 2 laps to go, and we're still on caution, which means NASCAR overtime here in Martinsville. So it'll be a 2-lap shootout. If we get a caution before the white flag, we go again. It is unlimited tries of NASCAR overtime. However, if the white flag gets thrown and the lead car takes the white flag, the next flag ends the race, if it's a caution or if it's a checkered, if you are new to NASCAR overtime. As I mentioned, unlimited tries, so if we don't get to the white flag on the first attempt, we go again. But with only 20-second laps around here, it's going to be interesting. And with so many trucks, there we go. It's a 2-lap shootout. If leader takes white flag, next flag ends the race. Caution prior to white flag causes restart. Unlimited attempts, that's the official definition of NASCAR. So across the line we go. We have officially entered NASCAR overtime, and we will get the cars and trucks lined up in order behind the pace truck. But let's go down to FS1 to see what they think about it, as I believe we're getting doubled up.
Corner, so this thing's going to keep shaking up here, you know, on this restart for this green-white checkered, and I don't know that we're going to know until well after they cross the start-finish line who's going to be racing in Phoenix for a championship.
And while all this is happening, Corey Heim is just smiling, saying, I think I can get me another one right here.
All right, so we see Lane Riggs able to take the outside, move up to the 4th position on the outside, so he'll have Brent Cruz to his inside, and
Row 1 is Heim inside, Honeycutt outside, Cruz inside, Riggs outside, row 2. Row 3, Chandler Smith inside, LaJoy outside. Inside row 4, Tanner Gray outside, Majeski. Row 5, Ankrum inside, Queen outside. Row 6 is Ruggiero inside and Enfinger outside. Row 7, Wood is on your inside and Rhodes on your outside. We are coming to NASCAR overtime here at Martinsville. 2 laps to decide who is in the championship 4. Who will make it? Let's find out. Into the United Rentals restart zone. Green flag drops on NASCAR overtime. Heim gets an amazing start. He gets into Honeycutt. Honeycutt still sticks around the outside, but he's got Brent Cruz on his inside. Heim is away. He gets in front. No car alongside him. It's now side by side for the 52 of Honeycutt and Cruz. Heim will take the white flag in the air. It's the last lap, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Round in towards turn 1. Heim is away. Heim looks like he will win if he stays out of trouble, but who will get second? On his side, sliding was Chandler Smith, but round the final corner, Corey Heim takes another win. Add it to the books. Corey Heim wins in Martinsville. They are sideways across the line. That looked like Brent Cruz. Yes, it was, but Brent Cruz was sideways. But Corey Heim, your 2025 Martinsville NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series winner. And he adds another one to the books, the 11 truck. And we look further back to who progressed. So it's Majeski +1, Ankrum +1, Honeycutt +0, Riggs -0, and I believe Honeycutt gets the tiebreaker. Yes, he does. So your championship 4, Corey Heim, Ty Majeski, Tyler Ankrum, and Caden Honeycutt on tiebreak to Lane Riggs. Of course, subject to anything that happens post-race, but Lane Riggs missed out. He was joint with Honeycutt, and the tie-break had to come into effect. But what a race. Heim burns it out. He climbs on top of the safer barrier to retrieve the checkered flag. It gets stuck in the cat's fencing, but he finally gets it out. Corey Heim wins another NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race in 2025. Ty Majeski jumps out of his car as he progresses to the round of 4, but on the other side, Viggs takes off his helmet, takes off his balaclava, throws it onto the back of the truck. Cannot believe he missed out by a tiebreaker. But we shall go down and hopefully speak to Corey Heim as we wait for FS1 to return from the break, which they do. Third playoffs, third opportunity to gain the championship. But the 11 truck gets his 11th victory of the season and his 11th win sticker of the season. What a dominant year. But let's go down. Corey Heim, 11th win for the 11th truck.
When you told us in qualifying you wanted the momentum heading to Phoenix, who wins the 2025 championship?
I don't want to jump to any conclusions yet, man. We got a big race next week, and like we talked about, I wanted the momentum going to Phoenix, keep all our guys with heads held high, and you know what they're working on going into Phoenix, and I feel like it was definitely a rocky race there, getting behind our track position, but we wanted to capitalize on our day and make the most of it. So really didn't think we had the truck that we had in the spring, but once we got out front, it really showed that we had something to work with here. So just so grateful for Truck-On Garage, Toyota, Safe Light, Mobile One, Celsius, just everyone that's gotten me to this point so far, and got a big one next week to close it out. So it's gonna be tough, but I'm confident we can do it.
Corey Heim there. And let's go down to Lane Riggs, who did not advance.
Caden for points, but he won the tiebreaker. You did all you could do getting at the end.
Yeah, I was dejected even when I thought we were in at first. I just don't like racing that way, man. Like, I'm here and got to get one, and everybody knows how it is. I mean, if I got the opportunity to get in for my team, I'm going to do it, even if I don't want to do it the way I do. So, I mean, I got there at the end. I mean, I hate I roughed up the one. Glad it still finished pretty good. But, yeah, man, it all kind of started with that missed shift on that restart. I'm not really sure what happened. I've never missed a shift in a truck in my whole career. And we do have some new transmissions. I guess I'm just not quite used to them yet. So, pretty upset about that. I think things could have been a lot different. But, I mean, it all started at the Roval, getting turned around lap 1, go to Talladega, having all the issues we had. I said, definitely dejected. I would have been dejected if we were even in 4th. I just don't like it, man.
Lane Riggs, tough night.
Tied. Lane Riggs lost the tiebreaker with Caden Honeycutt. A rough night for that 34 truck. What an end to the race we have just witnessed. NASCAR Overtime delivering once again. And let's go through. Well, I was going to go through the championship standings and the race, but let's go down to Ty Majeski.
Into our championship 4.
Certainly not the fashion we wanted to do it in, Todd. Felt like we missed a little bit as a 98 team. Joe and I work really closely together on what to put in these trucks week in and week out. So yeah, just missed it as a group tonight. But the biggest thing was persevering, qualifying well, getting stage points early, and being sort of on in a good spot going into stage 3. And some of the other guys got desperate and paid for it. So just stayed the course. Got shoved in the wall off of 2. I thought I had a flat right front. Obviously a lot happened tonight, but proud of everybody with curb records, soda sense. Yeah, we're gonna go defend our try and defend our title.
There you go, Joe Shear, Ty Majeski going back to Phoenix.
Ty Majeski going.
So let's attempt to go through the standings, but never mind. We'll get there somehow. Let's go down to Amanda.
Round of the playoff was the haunted house, and you were hoping that there would be rainbows and sunshine as you exited, and boy, I get to tell you, that's going to find you in Phoenix. How did you survive this haunted house?
I'm going to church tomorrow. I haven't been in a couple years, but I'm freaking going to church tomorrow. Started that third stage, came down to pit road. We had a top 5 truck, and we were just, depending on the restart, whether we were there 4th, the 5th, the 6th. We had a pit gun break on the left front, and it was just like, oh no. Like, this is it. This is how the the dream ends, right? But no, it was a good effort by everyone. I could see it on the pylon. It was like +2 with like that 2nd or 3rd restart to go, and it was just like time to go. It's so tight in points, so I can't thank Laguna enough. Chevrolet, MHR, everybody.
It's real.
Yes, thank you.
Tyler Ankrum going to the championship for the first time. So is Mark Hillman, his crew chief. Caden Honeycutt had his career best finish tonight, finished 2nd. He's going to the championship for. Stuart Friesen must be beside himself after all this excitement.
What a job. All these teams that made it through. I mean, that was exactly what you want for a race, and it came down to good, hard racing at the end, Brad, and that's what I like the most. These guys raced it out.
A great night for the Craftsman Truck Series. Epic battles all night long. Martinsville always delivers. This was a terrific race. Glad you all joined us.
Great to have you. Brad Kozlowski, Regan Smith, Todd Bodine, Amanda Busick, and everyone at Fox Sports. I'm Jamie Little. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you for the Championship 4 in 1 week from now at 7:30 Eastern. So long from Martinsville.
Well, now is the time to go through the standings and the race classification. So, Corey Heim is your winner, 11th win of the season for the 11 truck. Caden Honeycutt is in 2nd, Lane Riggs 3rd, then Brent Cruz, your first non-playoff car, in 4th, Corey LaJoy 5th, Chandler Smith 6th, Ty Majeski 7th, Tanner Gray 8th, Tyler Ankrum 9th, Brendan Butterbean Queen rounds out the top 10, then Giovanni Ruggiero in 11th, Grant Enfinger in 12th, Jack Wood 13th, Ben Rhodes 14th, Patrick Strapoli in 15th, Timmy Hill 16th, Spencer Boyd 17th, and then Jake Garcia 18th, Dawson Sutton is in 19th, Justin Carroll 20th, Bailey Curry 21st, Connor Jones 22nd, Frankie Muniz 23rd, Casey Mears 24th, then Logan Bearden 25th, Tony Bradinger 26th, Matt Mills 27th, Andres Perez de Lara 28th, and then your trucks that were out 29th Matt Crafton, 30th Connor Mozak, 31st Daniel Hemrick, 22 Alan Waller, 6 Norm Bennin, 71 Raja Karoof, and 2 of Clayton Green, who didn't even start the Slim Jim 200 here at Martinsville Speedway. Let's get you your playoff standings, and it is Heim, Majeski, Ankrum and Honeycutt who advance. And I'll refresh the page and see if we got the... No, we didn't, unfortunately. Get the actual points itself, but it doesn't really matter because it's all... they get all reset when we head to Phoenix next weekend. So I think that will wrap it up as we head to Phoenix next week for the Championship 4, where Ty Majeski, Corey Heim, Tyler Ankrum and Caden Honeycutt will fight for the championship. 4 dreams, there's only one champion, everything on the line. Join us next week at Phoenix for the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series Championship race. See you there next week for that. But make sure to join us for the Xfinity elimination race tomorrow and the Cup Series elimination race on Sunday. See you then.